It is time!
Damn, this is some good content. So, what comes next? Oh yeah! This! Hello, my name is Shadow Gallade, and welcome to the start of something new. We're doing Wi-Fi, more or less, from now on. Maybe I'll do Showdown again eventually, but for now, we're sticking to the goods. This is PWC, Season 8, and they're switching to Wi-Fi, baby. They've been moving up in the world, and so will I. You already know the rules of PWC. We have to draft our Terra Captain round 1, and he has to come to every game. This time, however, I was not bribed to play intentionally like shit. So, we got a Delphox. Yep, that same guy who ruined us last season is now here to help. Now, it did get some nice little boosts from last season, mainly Nasty Plot, but even without Nasty Plot, its build into Terra is pretty deadly, as you saw during our game last season. Yeah, it is pretty frail, but we have some solutions to that in the back. And overall, I am looking forward to this. I want to give Delphox a shot. It did so good against us last time. It single-handedly dethroned Lycanroc, so it must be cool. And now onto the actually good stuff. And oh boy, am I bringing back an old classic. Urshifu is here, and as you can see off to the right, it got Sword Stance and Punching Gloves. I don't need to explain why these are good. Like, Urshifu was strong before, but it was held back by a crippling fear of Rocky Helmet, a lack of one-hit KO power, and it can be a bit slow at times. Not anymore! This thing is going to run, train, against faster teams, it'll hit too hard for them, and against slower teams, this just instantly wins. Need I say more? Next up, the Air Force is here. We're bringing her back. You already know what she does. She just comes in and says, "You die." Now, on something a bit more interesting, Roaring Moon. Yeah, he doesn't have the best record on the channel. Not even because I never used them well. I never used them. But Roaring Moons and I don't get along well. But we're going to try to fix that. We're going to try to mend a broken relationship and prove that Roaring Moon does in fact have hands. Outside of those little claw things on its hands. What are those? It's not quite our Terra Captain, so its full power is restricted. But I believe it has what it takes to do the goods. Next up, Fortress. Bringing someone back from the low-tier leagues. So, ignoring what I said in the purpose, I realized that hazards would be a problem for me, and bug types are going to eat me alive. So, I wanted to fix that. Plus, need some good old-fashioned bulk. Roaring Moon, Gothitail, and Delphox have some nice special bulk, but Fortress has more than we need. Plus, we need some stuff to remove hazards, as you'll see later. And overall, it can set up hazards too, including basically everything we are ever going to need. So, I did that. Next up, another old-timer from a previous league. Grimmsnarl's here. Grimmsnarl is back from the MLP, and it's going to put in the work. Essentially, Prankster T-Wave, Parting Shot, and a pretty hard Fairy Stab is always nice to have. Especially since the dark types that Gato will have trouble with don't want to deal with it. Haha! And overall, yeah, it's great. Plus the potential screens, as anyone playing Gen 9 you will tell you, it's pretty good. Next up! Remember how annoying Quillfish was a few leagues ago? Let's just give it Eviolite. This thing is a menace, a problem child and a half, and I love it. I loving it. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. As what else it does, though, well, it's another T-Spike Center, a T-Spike's Absorber, and it does just as good a job, if not better, of taking physical hits as its Johtoian counterpart. And since it has an evolution now, it can run Eviolite. I don't need to explain to you why this is a big deal. But enough of that, let's get some more heavy hitters. So originally, we drafted Azelf in this slot. But I went Thunderous T. I wanted desperately to grab Thunderous Incarnate, but unfortunately it got sniped, and despite my best efforts to beg, the guy who took it will not give it up. But that's fine. Thunder's Tea is still monstrously powerful. Our main special attacking threat, as we don't have one of those besides Gothitelle and maybe Delphox. But this thing hits like a nuke. Plus, it does have T-Wave. It's not quite Prankster T-Wave, but it's T-Wave nonetheless. And it has potential physical coverage as well that we could take advantage of if I really wanted to. Now, originally, I mentioned earlier that bug types obliterated us. And that was true. So, originally, I grabbed Toxtricity because we also had a flying type problem. Not anymore. I traded out for regular Tornadus, double Genies. Don't ask where Landorus is. I couldn't tell you if I tried. As what Tornadus does, it's simple. It does prankster shenanigans. It has the Tailwind. It doesn't have Defog, sadly, because... Of course it doesn't. It's a utility thing. I had more reasons for picking this thing up earlier. And I'm sure I had them. I just forgot them. I'm just gonna stop now. Anyway, our final pick is Bramblegast. Now, Bramblegast is pretty good. Secretly, it's actually a flying type check as it's immunity to Hurricane. It's a spin blocker. It has spike support. And it's gonna serve us pretty well. I mean, it never does anything wrong. Hey, stop that. Turn off the footage. Turn off the footage! No, we're done. Stop playing the footage! We're supposed to show off a good side to it! No, cut the video! Cut the video!